So folks, one reason this live stream this week has been a little bit haphazard, has been a little bit, some technical issues and a little bit all over the place and scattershot, is because my brain is a little bit fizzled and wired out because I've had an incredibly busy weekend. As many of you folks may already know, I got married this weekend. Kind of. Last June, we had a ceremony in private. We had a very small ceremony because we were meant to get married last April on our 10-year anniversary. Characteristically, for myself and my now wife, we turned it up to 11, did it on our 11-year anniversary, which was April 30th. If you go onto the Quayside Media City Makers Market Facebook page, the little Prosecco van outside the venue gave us some free drink, free Prosecco, got married, it was great. So yeah. That happened this past weekend, so I've been quite busy. So this live stream has been bundled together at the last minute, but you may be thinking, Mr. TARDIS, you stallion of a man, you peak of human performance, what did you do for your stag do? What did you do in order to celebrate your last night of freedom, whatever you want to call it, and who did you spend it with? Well, basically, on the Saturday... No, I got married on the Saturday. On the Friday, myself and 3 of the 5 Who fans did a Doctor Who escape room, courtesy of Escape Hunt. Billy, there's me there's John as well, aka Ginger Animator, and there's Dan as well. We avoided collision. We did the Doctor Who Worlds Collide escape room. Which was a lot of fun. We went to the Escape Hunt in Manchester, and we did manage to escape with 10 minutes to spare. And yeah, I even got the sonic screwdriver here as well. And they were like, yeah, let's get some historical items. There's Dan with the fez and John with the fez as well. Billy Viking garb. It was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, there's 2 Doctor Who escape rooms around the country right now. There's the Dalek Awakens, which I believe is in Leeds currently, or one of the sites is in Leeds. And as far as I'm aware, it does tie into Time Lord Victorious. Believe it or not, that Dalek that's in the Big Finish 4th Doctor audio adventure is the Dalek in the Dalek Awakens escape room, and it all ties in there. I actually think it's a conclusion or one of the last chapters technically in Time Lord Victorious. That was a thing, remember that? But this one was Worlds Collide. This was a 13th Doctor one. It was released around the time at the end of Series 11, the beginning of Series 12, so these are the Nightmare in Silver Cybermen designs. Escape room from Escape Hunt. The Doctor needs you. A tear in space and time has been detected and the Cybermen are about to break through. Step into the future, enter the offices of Chronocorp's HQ, where eccentric billionaire Alistair Montague's efforts to develop commercial time travel have caused a tear in the fabric of space and time. The Cybermen are ready to take advantage and attack Earth. You, the Doctor's friends, must investigate the incident. The remains of Montague, his prototype time machine, and an extensive collection of time-related artifacts acquired over the course of his experiments are all that you have to work with. In just 60 minutes, the Cybermen will break through. The fate of the universe is in your hands. Take too long and the human race will be upgraded. So, for those of you who don't know, escape rooms... I'm just going to start from ground level here. Escape rooms are where you and a group of other people are locked into a room by very friendly staff members, and you have to solve puzzles in this room to get out. Now, it's more akin to Crystal Maze, very light Crystal Maze game show type stuff with very minimal physical dexterity. You'll have to be searching through cupboards, you'll have to be searching through books and doing puzzle combinations and finding keys and reflecting stuff and following clues. They will have cameras in the corner so the staff members are able to follow you there. Me and my then fiance, now wife, did an escape room a couple of years ago. I think it was for our 8-year or 7-year anniversary. We did an escape room and we didn't escape in the end. It was from a different company. I think it was called Breakout. But this one was by Escape Hunt. And I think Escape Hunt are maybe a bit more interested in making sure everyone has a fun time and they get out of the room. And it was in the last 10 to 15 minutes where they were really helping us out with clues. Whereas for the Breakout one, me and my wife, spiritually, were still in that escape room 3 or 4 years ago. We never escaped. Never happened. But it was a really fun time. So the premise is myself and it was 3 other people go into the offices of Alistair Montague, who has passed away. He's been partially converted into a Cyberman. We have to go through his office and we have to figure out what's happening and stop the Cybermen from converting humanity in 60 minutes. And it was funny, myself Billy and Dan were reading through the instruction booklet of like the files that were on Montague's desk, figuring out, okay, what do we do? How do we, what are the pieces that we have to assemble to get us through this game? And then all of a sudden we hear this big like music cue happen. Oh, what's happened here? We turn around and John, aka Ginger Animator, had been fiddling with like a red box in the corner. There was a whole puzzle with like rotating pieces around it, and while we were just figuring out the rules of the game, he'd already unlocked the puzzle box which gave us the 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. This is a 13th Doctor themed escape room. She gives us an introductory message at the beginning. She gives us she gives us a message at the end, pre-recorded stuff with Jodie Whittaker, which is really, really cool. So yeah, in terms of the actual escape room production values, it will obviously vary from place to place, but it was a really cool set with a really cool attention to detail, a really big, beefy Cyberman helmet, like the Nightmare in Silver design that was really, really cool, really solidly built. There was a 4th Doctor scarf in the corner as well, which became part of one of the clues. Bookshelves that were moved on hinges to take us to another room with really cool attention to detail and production values, at least in the Manchester one that we went to. Shadowmaster said that is such a Dynamite Doctor move. Yeah, while everyone else is figuring out the rules, the Dynamite Doctor is just bam, get the screwdriver. It was really cool. But there was a slight nitpick, but we were struggling. We didn't know what to do. There's artwork on the walls, including a Van Gogh TARDIS in the night sky picture as well. Really cool stuff. There was also a portrait on the other side of the room of Alistair Montague, the billionaire who this revolves around. And we were given a clue. The cyber helmet spoke and said, oh, the next clue, that's like a work of art. So we're, oh, okay, let's investigate the artwork. And we did that for about 5 to 10 minutes, and nothing came of it. We were given another clue, talking about, oh, it's a bit chilly in here. And then I clocked the scarf in the corner, and that led us to the next bit. WG fan, where was Amy Sunflowers? Not there. There's some cuts, and I'm glad that they went for the TARDIS Night Sky one. But yeah, so the work of art clue, as far as we're concerned, complete dead end, didn't take us anywhere, and I think that having a clue that, from our perspective, led nowhere was quite unfair, especially when you've got 60 minutes, but thankfully within about 20-25 minutes we had unlocked the second room. There were more puzzles around, and once again it was a case of like me being I think I did a John moment. I was in my own little world trying to solve this chess piece puzzle where you're given this story, this scenario with the Vikings and the Mayas, and you have to move the chess pieces around the board to correspond with the story. And while they were figuring out all this quantum mechanics stuff in the corner and dates and a cassette tape player that was in the corner, I was just trying to figure that. I'm so glad they were on that, because that remembering those dates was instrumental to the big machine at the end, which he had to crank in order to fix the tears in time and space. So I'm glad that they were on that, because I was trying to solve the Viking puzzle. And yeah, there was some cool references around as well. There was jammy dodgers. There was this big spaceship. We had to get the ball out of it as well. And that was my thing. That was a lot of fun as well. So yeah, it was a really fun time. Obviously, everybody's experience at escape hunt and different escape rooms will vary because of the staff and whether the set has been well kept and looked after and maintained and stuff like that. But for us, it was a really fun time. Like I said, we escaped with about 10 minutes remaining. To about 10 to 11 minutes on the clock. As you can see from John's sign here, we avoided collision, so we did make it. We got picked up by the 13th Doctor at the end. It was really cool. I had a really fun time with it, and that was my stag do. Fighting off Cybermen with the 13th Doctor and 3 of the 5 Who fans at the Escape Hunt Worlds Collide in Manchester. The staff there were really lovely, really friendly. It was really cool. I had a great time with it. Like I said, the only nitpick was the work of art clue, which objectively didn't lead to anything. When it comes to like the suitability of it, if you go onto the website, it's wheelchair accessible. The one in Manchester is wheelchair accessible. The rooms in the escape hunt, there are no levels, there are no stairs. There are multiple rooms, but you can use a wheelchair to get around. That's absolutely fine. And also those with a limited mobility. Adults, how old? 8+. I think that anyone under the age of 18 might struggle with the puzzles. And I say that because we had 4 grown-ass adults struggling with some of the puzzles there. But when you figure out that the mirror in the doorway is instrumental to something, those are just some terrific moments that that make escape rooms so very, very special. I would really like to go to the Dalek Awakens one in the near future if I'm ever in or around Leeds or wherever it happens, but the Worlds Collide one that's in Manchester and in some other places in the country was a lot of fun. It's been out for a couple of years now. I think that it might get replaced by another game at some point in the near future. Enjoy it if you go. I think it's worth doing if you are a fan of Doctor Who, of course, but escape rooms I think is really, really fun in general, but it was good that I was able to do a Doctor Who one and to spend it with some people whom I adore, and all three of them were groomsmen, best men at my wedding, and I thank you all for being there and supporting me on my day, and for helping me save the universe along the way. Thank you so much to John, Billy, and Dan of the Five Who fans. Has anyone in the chat gone to one of these escape rooms before? Harvey Smith, I did a Dalek Awakens the other day. It was so good. Awesome. Without doxing yourself, of course. Maybe with the city. Where did you go for it? Where was it? Because I'm not sure exactly where it is. Dalek Awakens escape room. Where is it based? Joey Underwood, will you be going to the World of Wonder Museum thing when that opens in a couple of months? Yeah, that opens in June, July, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll probably check that out at some point. It would be rude not to. Liverpool's just down the road from me, so I can check that out. Harvey says it was in Birmingham. Awesome. Hope you had a great time. So if you go onto the Escape Hunt website, a Dalek Awakens, a live escape room, they also have one where you pay like £20 and you can print stuff out online, another Doctor Who Dalek themed escape room. Philip Hawkins, friend of the live stream, he's done a video where I think it's his wife and daughter who play the game, or they talk about their experience with it. Definitely check that out. That seems like really, really fun. Peter Watts, I went to Bristol, we did it in 42 minutes. Very good. You beat our time by like 10 minutes. Very, very cool. I think when people talk about, like, there's not much merchandise or there's not much stuff outside of the Doctor Who universe, they are technically correct, but I do love how Doctor Who and the BBC's use of the license have extended to things outside of just toys and plastic figurines, like escape rooms, like that scientific museum that's opening up in Liverpool this summer, stuff like that. I think it's really, really cool. That they're thinking outside the box. Personally, I would prefer a book, I would prefer a Big Finish play, I would prefer an escape room, or something like Time Fracture, than more pieces of plastic, even though it would be great to own Graham O'Brien as a piece of plastic. That would be really cool.